Are you
Oh.
going to be talking while you're videotaping there like that?
Yeah. This is an interview. We have 11 minutes to talk with you today, and we're just gonna ask you some questions because our teacher assigned us a project.
I am your teacher.
Yes, you assigned us a project to interview a scientist, and we picked you. So
Right.
we're gonna before we get started, just accept our gracious offering. Thank you. Yeah, perfect. Okay, right there. Okay, good. Yeah. So we'll ask you a couple questions about your life. The first question is,
When and where?
when and where were you born? First of all, are you a man? Yes, you are. He, she. It says he, she.
He. That would
He.
be me.
When were you born?
I was born a while ago in Langley, British Columbia.
Okay.
Approximately 35 years ago.
Yeah, you don't remember?
1970s, middle of 1970s.
Okay. What kind of child did you have? Did you
what,
have
what kind of childhood did I have?
a good family
I
life?
had a good family. 2 brothers, 1 sister.
Okay.
Got along well with my
What
brother.
position are you in your family?
I was the youngest.
Who's the
I got
oldest?
pushed around a lot, so beaten up, cried lots.
That's like me.
But now you're the tallest.
No, we're all pretty close. My oldest brother, David, he still bosses me around, but we're good friends now, though.
That's good.
Who are your teachers, your mentors, your tutors, and your
Whoa,
idols?
good
Who did
question.
you look up
Yeah.
Good
to
questions.
in your childhood to become
I
who you
remember
are?
my one high school teacher, Mr. Liu.
Okay.
He also was my soccer coach for a year, Mr. Michael Liu.
You played soccer.
I did play a lot of soccer.
Nice.
Yes, like for at least 10 years.
You're not only smart, you're athletic too.
I appreciate
Ooh.
that. Thank you for the compliment. So Mr. Liu was a chemistry teacher, and in grade 12 I had him for several classes.
Good.
And I looked up to him a lot and thought about him when I was trying to make a career decision. So I
Was
went.
he your friend?
I would say yes. Yes, he was my friend. Quite a
Is
bit
it-
older than me, but I think that teachers and students can be
Okay.
friends. Outside of the classroom.
Yeah. Do you still keep in touch?
No, and I actually feel quite guilty about that because I think
Really?
that I've driven by that school a couple times and felt that I should go in and say hi to him, and I haven't done that. And it's still on my list of things to do before I, kick off, right?
Well, he would kick off before you.
Well, he would, but yeah, there's a long story to that. But yeah, he's probably in his 60s, and I would think that he's pretty close to retirement. And
Yeah.
it'd be,
Would you get him a
nice
Christmas
to-
gift this year?
I don't. No.
Chemistry junior?
What?
Chemistry's for juniors?
No, I'm not. No.
Toddler chemistry?
Okay, another long story. Forget it. No.
Go into
you
it.
know what? Maybe that's a good idea. Maybe I should pick to something like that.
Yeah? Okay,
Up
here.
Online.
Here. Oh, right now. Look at this. In action.
Look at this.
Ah!
Look at this.
I have another question for you while you're searching.
Right.
Most famous scientists are dead now, right?
Yes. Yes.
You're not dead.
No.
How do you
You're very
respond?
famous.
Yes. Very
well,
famous.
I'm famous in your eyes, perhaps.
How do you
which makes me feel humble, of course. However, I am probably not all that famous in the eyes of the world.
Yeah.
Like,
What don't you understand? Okay. Next
what
question.
are you criticizing me about?
I'm not. You're a very strong, independent man.
You know what you stand for.
Yeah. Now in class I've heard you talk about a couple times. I've heard you talk about the fact that the difference between wants and needs. Would you like to go into that?
Wants and needs.
Yeah. And that guy, how he lived with nothing.
Well, I think that in our society, most of the things that we have are wants. They're not necessarily needs. We have an overabundance of stuff, and
Yeah.
I have a difficult time with that because the rest of the world really is being exploited by us.
Mhm.
We take from others so that we can gratify our incredible desire for stuff.
And another thing is, what we see, people think that the TV is a window to the world, but really the TV is a puppet show. Your window is a window.
Yeah, it's a way to be busy. I'm busy. I'm so busy.
Don't look at the camera. Look it
I
up. Look it
have
up.
to do stuff because I'm so busy, and really it's just watching TV. Every time I Not every time, yeah. Well, yeah, every time you go out for a walk at night in winter when it's dark, you take your flashlight and you want to go for a walk to stay healthy, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's around 6 o'clock, we have early dinner, so go for a walk with the kids and stay healthy and stuff like that. And you go out and you see everybody's got their TV on there sitting in there, and you got the little glow out the living room window, and it's sad. Because if you turn the TV off and go for a walk and stay healthy, a lot less,
Your philosophy.
Yes.
How did you become so famous?
Yeah, what was your claim to fame, and how did you contribute to
I'd
science?
say it's quite accidental.
Really?
I think that the majority of the decisions that I've made in life have been quite accidental.
You don't think they're God didn't have a hand in any of them?
Oh, sure. I think, I say accidental, and by God's grace, for sure. I mean, that to me is, okay, the world looks at it as accidental. I look at it as accidental. God looks at it as guiding his humble servant. I don't know.
So what exactly have you contributed to science?
Well, I've hopefully taught a few kids through this school system of Nanaimo Christian School to appreciate science in a special way, and I hope that they would go on to, several of them lifelong learning in the area of science. Yay!
Woo! So I see you have some time to prepare that speech, or is that spur of the moment?
That was pretty much spur of the moment.
Nice. Okay.
We like what you're doing with
But
your
it's serious. It's from the heart. I mean, that's truly
yeah,
why I do
yeah.
this, so that they will be more people
From the
that
heart or the
appreciate
beard?
science. I
Some
mean, everybody
people-
hates math, right?
Some people say that the key to a man's heart is through their beard, right? So
Yeah.
So you were
More
inspired.
specifics?
More
By Mr. Lou, yeah. It's a
Yeah.
good one. Bring him up again. That's good.
what was his name? Mr. Lou.
Mr. Lou.
So he taught you in grade 11, you said, right?
Grade 11 and 12, and I had him for chemistry 12 and
What kind
calculus
of
12 and
university education did you get to teach chemistry and science?
good question. I did 4 years. Okay, it's a 4-year program, right? You got to take your bachelor's of science. Okay, so you can pick things like physics and chemistry and math and biology. I did not do any biology, however. I did chemistry, math, and physics, and I couldn't decide which one to do, so I did all 3. I think I did math first, then I did a bit of chemistry and physics, and they're all really, really tough, but basically ended up with a Bachelor of Science.
Okay, now that we know a lot about you, would you like to show us around?
Sure. Keys and switches and compasses and wave devices, so a lot of physics. I love physics, teach 11 and grade 11
I
and
love it
12,
too.
so electrostatics, okay?
Whoa.
And then over here we have some more elementary type experiments and things that we can, animals for biology.
I like that.
Magnets for the grade 1s. We just have the grade 1 teacher come in and do some magnet experiments.
Cute,
And some
cute.
basic balances to weigh things.
Use those in grade
And
7.
of course my soccer passion shows up in
Oh,
there.
nice catch.
And
Nice.
explosion device.
Ooh.
Okay, boom, lots of flames.
Yeah.
Out of there. And then over here we have the biology department. So this would be Mr. Patience' area. We have some animals.
Gross.
So that's pretty gross, but very, very interesting if you're into that. And some more dead animals. Okay,
Open
some
it, open it,
starfish. Oh,
open
it's really
it.
stinky, but I will.
Ah.
See him.
Yeah. Now the moment we've all been waiting for, your fridge. Are we gonna go there?
Oh, okay, one more thing, then the chemistry, all the chemicals there.
Ooh.
Okay, and then of course we come over to my humble abode here where
Is it
I
usually-
live, the crib.
What soup is that?
That's homemade soup. Don't forget the banana.
Oh, would be banana.
Okay. And then of course we have the little fridge where I store all my food because I love food. Thank you.
You got some
Microwave.
orange juice in there.
Yeah, good
Always
stack
got
full
his
of
orange juice.
Always got the orange juice. Okay, gotta stay healthy.
Nice.
You got some batteries.
Stay regular.
Yeah, those
Batteries.
always taste good.
Yeah, it's a chemical reaction. Battery's a chemical reaction, right? So if you store them in the fridge, it'll slow down that chemical reaction, right?
Got a couple
So they'll last
sandwiches
longer.
and apples.
Makes sense?
Smart.
Very healthy.
All right, thanks for coming by, guys.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
No handshakes. I'm a